My fiance left me for the one that got away. Do you have the one that got away? I mean, that might be spilling too much tea, but some people in their life come across and have the one that got away. Maybe you are the one that got away. Maybe you had someone be the one that got away. Let me know if you feel like it. Personally, I like to just think that I'm the one that got away. You know, that's healthy. This story came November 6th, 2015. My fiance and I had been together for 3 years. He was my first boyfriend. We laughed, cried, worried, and we were happy together. Our families had mixed really well. Our moms became close friends really fast. He was my best friend, my confidant, my support, my comfort. I looked at him and I could see a future together. God, I'm even crying remembering one time we took a blanket, went outside, and looked up the stars like we were in some kind of book. I never thought something like this could happen to me. The man I loved could have never done anything like that to me. It all started about 2 months ago. His ex, who was his high school sweetheart, they were together for 7 years, moved back to our country and wanted to catch up with Mark, fake name. He told me they broke up because they were unable to sustain a long-distance relationship when she left to pursue postgraduate studies. They hadn't been in contact for about 5 years. She sent him an email, he showed it to me, and it was completely platonic. She was just curious about what he had become. He asked me if he could meet with her, and I said yes. I trusted him. So he went, but when he came back, he was a bit withdrawn. He is usually really chatty, but he was dismissive when I asked him how it went, etc., so I just let it go. However, the following weeks, he was often on his phone. He picked random fights with me, and he didn't look me in the eyes when we were intimate. He didn't whisper loving words either. I'm really touchy and clingy in our 3 years together. He had never once recoiled or refused my embrace, but now he has started doing that. I usually hug him like a koala when he comes back from work. I'm a bit childish, I know, but he only let me do it twice. It was a sudden change. I asked him what was wrong, and he just said he wasn't feeling too good these days. On a Saturday, I went to visit his grandma, and we usually knit together. She taught me, and I was gone the whole day. I feel really close to her because she adopted me easily and reminds me of my own, who passed away when I was in high school. When I came back, I found him packing his stuff. My whole world fell apart. He was being so cowardly. He told me that he was sorry for making me suffer like this, but sometimes life gives you second chances and you have to recognize it for what it is. That he loved me, but when he met with his ex, he realized that the feelings weren't the same. He said he regretted letting go of her and that he had found himself again. That it had been a difficult choice for him, but he had to take this chance. His ex wanted him back. She had realized what she had lost and risked losing for good when he told her that he was getting married. He supposedly refused her at first, but as time passed and they talked together, his old feelings had come back. He hoped I would forgive him one day and that I would understand. I cried as he was talking. It sounds stupid, but it was as if a stranger was in front of me. I don't think that sounds stupid at all. I think that sounds completely understandable and reasonable. You are about to marry this man. He said he would still pay rent and part of the bills until our lease was up and I could find another place. He makes a lot more than me and I wouldn't be able to afford living in our apartment on my own. I begged him not to make this mistake and that he was being fooled by an idealized memory of their past together and that he was just having cold feet. But he was like a wall. He didn't even look at me. At about 10 p.m., there was a truck outside with one of his friends waiting for him. He apparently came to help him move. I wasn't really close with that particular friend, but he did seem sorry for me. Mark hugged me goodbye and left. I hadn't cried that hard in years. I slept in our spare room, not to feel the emptiness of our room with his things gone. I sank to the deepest pathetic level and I tried to call him, but it went to voicemail. I had no idea where he went, but I assumed that he was now living with his ex after 3 weeks of talking again. How ridiculous. I'm really lucky to have supportive friends and family. My best friend even moved in for 5 days. My parents wanted me back home with them, but I wasn't ready to leave. Mark is a bit messy and I'm manic, so it felt weird having everything perfectly neat. I missed the messiness. It was as if he was the one making our house a home. He used to joke about me wanting the house to look like it was on sale or in a catalog. That's me. My house is not always like that, but I do like it to be like that, where it looks like it's out of a magazine. I need to just live in it more sometimes, to be honest.
Oh, you never want to come in here. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, say hi, special appearance by me. Oh. You want to sit with me while we film?
Okay, your foot's in my pants. Here you go. Not waking up to make breakfast, not seeing him read, lying on the sofa while I studied felt weird. Not buying his favorite snack or powder proteins when doing groceries felt weird. I just felt really lost at first. It was like grieving. Usually when people break up, their relationship goes south, but to me, it just came out of nowhere. I still loved him, and I was still planning the wedding and working on my side to build our future together. It was all gone in one day. I wish I'd been smarter and refused to meet his one that got away. His family was dumbfounded. I still went to see his grandma, and she told me that he was a fool and that he would come back crawling to me. She was the first person who managed to make me laugh. His mom, my mom, and I started making calls to cancel all of the reservations. Luckily, the store accepted to take back the dress. We didn't pay much for the location as we canceled early. Next was to inform the guests. Ugh, I feel like that's gotta be the worst part. He had been gone for about 3 weeks then. His family was furious with him, so they didn't contact him much. The only contact I had with him was the signed check he made to cover the wedding cancellation. However, about a week ago, I received a letter from him. He apologized for leaving me like this, said that he made the biggest mistake of his life, that he couldn't even believe what he had done, that he was writing me this letter because he didn't have the courage to face me. Well, good. You shouldn't have the courage to face me. It said, quote, "You were right. I was running after a perfect relationship that had never existed. I regret it so much. I thought I was in love with her, but in reality, I was in love with what she represented. My younger self with no responsibilities and only dreams. I had cold feet and got afraid of moving forward into this new segment of my life. I couldn't stop thinking about you when I was with her. She is not you. She doesn't know me or loves me like you. She doesn't smell like you. I missed hearing you sing randomly throughout the day. I missed having someone nagging me to pick up my stuff. I missed planning Halloween parties for the kids with you. At the time I'm writing this letter, we would have probably been decoration shopping had I not been a fool. Everyone told me I was being a blind fool. I would do anything to go back to the past and slap some sense into myself. I would do anything for you to forgive me. I know we have already started canceling everything, but I'm ready to pay for everything myself. You can date someone else to even score if you want, as long as you come back to me." That was just some of the letter. I would write out the whole letter, but I'm on my iPad and it's tiring. I just gave the important parts. He kept on with apologies and he kept begging me to forgive him. Now I've told my family. I left out friends for the moment and his mom and grandma. Grandma had a very satisfying moment. However, she is rooting for me to forgive him. His mom was supposed to send a formal letter to guests to tell them the wedding was off, but now is waiting for my answer. I don't know what to do. I love him with all my heart, but what he did to me, I don't know if I can get over it. He made me feel worthless. He threw me away as if I was no one to him after 3 years. He gave up on us for some ghost from his past when we were at our happiest. If he can leave me when we are doing good, how will we sustain a marriage? Will he leave the moment things get hard? He hurt me so badly and expects me to forgive him? He wants us to meet on Sunday, but I'm not sure I'm willing to. I need some perspective. What would you do in my situation? Ooh, personally, I just don't think I would ever feel safe and secure and stable in that relationship moving forward. It would never be the same. But let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna check out some of the comments from Reddit. Someone wrote, "Just a thought, How do you know that the old girlfriend didn't call it off, sending him back to pick up the pieces? Definitely don't be a second choice. The right people don't need second chances. Oh, I love that saying. You deserve so much more. All right, fair point. Is he coming back because he realized he made a mistake? Or is he coming back because the ex-girlfriend was like, ooh, I don't want this. This isn't what I wanted. And also, I love that. The right people don't need second chances? What? Oh, what a poetry slam that is. All right, OP responded to this and said, it's true. I still have no idea where he is currently or if he still lives with her. But honestly, I don't think I should even care to clarify. You guys have let it down really well for me, and I can't even see the things I hadn't considered with what he did. I want to just answer and say, please do not contact me again and be done. However, I don't know if it's proper. Next comment, someone said, do not take him back. Tell him, sorry, life isn't giving you a second chance at this. Then find someone who will never, ever crush you like that. OP responded and said, I know this is the smartest thing to do, but I'm having a hard time doing it. I even tried to rationalize his actions, but I guess it would be best to just separate for good. I love having you here, but my foot is falling asleep. Here you go. Okay, that's good. I can't believe she's sitting with me. You guys know, the real ones know that this is not Lila behavior. Next comment. Do you want to spend a lifetime with a man who is always thinking the grass is greener on other pastures? Temporary pain is better than a lifetime of worry. Amen to that. OP responded and said, I know deep down inside that going back to him would be stupid. A part of me still loves him and I got used to having his family in my life, but I need to move on for my own good. I definitely can find someone who would not do this to me. I should be glad that this happened before the wedding, but it was so unlike him that it's making me doubt. I need to reconcile the image I have of him with what his actions showed me he is. Girl, it sounds like you know what you gotta do, but I get that that's easier said than done. We have the first update and it came 6 days later. We are at November 12th. I didn't plan on updating, or at least not so soon, but I have another problem. So Mark wanted to meet on Sunday, but I unblocked him from my phone and told him I didn't want to meet and to please not contact me anymore. He answered, please, baby, I need to talk to you. Can we meet another day? I know I effed up really bad and hurt you deeply, but I will do anything to make it up to you. Anything you ask, I will do it. Needless to say, it just angered me more. How dare he use terms of endearment with me? I just blocked him again after that. I met with his mom on Saturday and told her to proceed with the notification of cancellation of the wedding. We had an emotional moment and she told me even though she would have really wanted us to stay one big family, she would have done the same if she was in my place. She had hoped that I would find the strength to forgive him, but she understands. And so the wedding is indeed still being canceled. My poor brother, I told him personally, had already bought his plane tickets from Australia, but he got a refund. I rearranged all the furniture in the house and I bought new bedding sheets to make a new start, and I moved to the spare room for good. It looks really different and I like it. Apparently, he told our friends because some brought it up to me asking if we are getting back together, but said that they didn't want to side with any of us. On Sunday evening, I had a visitor. I never have people coming this late usually. It was around 9 p.m. When I went to look through the peephole, I saw Mark with his ex. I seriously had a moment of panic. He must still have the key for the main entry since he managed to get to my door without using the intercom. I don't know if it was a cowardly thing to do, but I just chose not to open. I don't know if they knew that I was there, but I heard him ask to please let him in and that he just wanted to talk. Honestly, even though I feel better, I don't think I'm emotionally stable enough to deal with him, and especially him with his ex. Yeah. No thanks, girl. Like, you have been irrelevant to my life this whole time. I don't know why you're at my door. No frickin' thanks. They stayed for about 15 minutes and then they left. I thought he would get the message, but they came again yesterday around the same time, and I didn't open it again. They waited even longer. I know I'm not being an adult, so now I don't know what to do. I feel nervous in my own house because I dread the moment they'll come back. He knows my schedule and he came at a time where I usually come back from my Zumba class. However, yesterday was a holiday, so we didn't have the class. I'm afraid he will come again, and I don't think I can face him. What should I do? I know I can't run away forever, but I need more time. Is it worth calling the police over? I fear it would make the problem bigger than it is and hurt our family relations. Our moms are really close. And really, he is not dangerous, I think. He didn't contact me enough for it to be considered harassment anyway. Should I just be a big girl and open the next time that he or they come? Or do I just wait it out? Also, why the hell is he bringing her? I'm curious, but I want to stand by my decision. All right, this is what people of Reddit are saying now. Someone commented and said, make use of his family connections. Call his mom, explain that he has dropped by and that you want him to stop. Tell her that he has come by your place twice already, but you did not want to talk to him or let him in. Tell her that he is not welcome to come by your home. If there's a third visit, you will be forced to pursue a restraining order and you would rather not have to go that road. It's also worth mentioning that he had the girl with him when he dropped by. My bet is that he thinks talking to her will persuade you that there is nothing between them. He likely thinks the reason you will not take him back is because you do not believe that the relationship between them is over. The reality is that you will never take him back because he shattered the trust. His current relationship status has zero bearing on that shattered trust. Also, move. Start the process of finding a new apartment. If you are locked into a lease, talk to your landlord and explain that you have an ex who keeps coming around, and even after he's been told not to. Lots of landlords have more than one apartment building, and he might be able to accommodate you moving into another one of their units. My dad owns a few buildings and has done exactly this on more than one occasion. Oh, that's interesting. That's true. Because then you're still renting from them. They're not really losing, you know? OP responded to this and said, I cannot pursue a restraining order on him as it is his house, and for the moment, he has done nothing illegal. I could talk to his mom, but I doubt that he would listen, and honestly, I don't want to drag her into our business. I can see how he would think it might help, but honestly, just imagining having to sit with both of them makes me uncomfortable. I would have to look at them and think about what they did to my life, and it would just cause me distress. My landlord isn't exactly the friendly type, so I don't know if I can bring personal issues like this as a reason. Most likely, he would ask for a meeting with the both of us, and in the best case, it would take about 3 months, as it is the minimum time required to notify our landlord about our desire to end the lease earlier before we can move. I definitely need to look for a new apartment, though. Yeah. Plus, a fresh start might be nice and healing for you, since you guys both lived there. Next comment. Her lunatic son is her business, and he's harassing you, and legally, you say that you can't call the cops on him. So what is your recourse? Let her know that her idiot son keeps being idiotic, and she should try to help him out before he goes far enough that you do have legal recourse. OP responded and said, I meant that he's a grown man and his mom has her own things to attend to. Honestly, she's already taking time to help me cancel the wedding, so I feel bad about asking more from her, and I don't want to touch their relationship by involving her in this ex-couple fight. I'll try talking with her, but when he first left, he didn't consider his family's opinion. I guess I'm just worried about having my problems affect other people. All right, and then the last comment, someone asked, can you stay with your family or a friend for a few weeks until he gives up? Since you said his name is still on the lease, I suspect you can't call the police on him or legally bar him from stopping by, but you can make sure that you aren't there to deal with it. You could ask a very trusted, close friend to house sit for you while you stay elsewhere. If he stops by again, they can tell him to F off and leave you alone, and you won't have to. Don't beat yourself up for not answering. Honestly, I think that's a mature decision given the circumstances. You are recognizing that you just don't have the emotional energy to deal with it right now. P.S. Why the F is he bringing his ex with him? I think it's for exactly that. I think he was hoping that the ex talking to her will make her come back to him. OP responded and said, I don't want to inconvenience people, so I will probably go live with my parents. However, I live close to my workplace and having to do all that just to avoid him is very upsetting. I looked into the laws concerning harassment where I live. For the moment, he doesn't qualify. He came only twice to the house. That's in his name anyway. I really have no idea why he is bringing her. I was so surprised. It makes no sense. It is making me curious too, and a part of me wants to hear what he has to say, but it would probably not do me any good. So, luckily we have a final update. And it's an exciting one because it came 4.5 years later. So I'm hoping this girl has moved on. She might even be re-engaged to someone new. I hope she's healthy and happy. We're gonna find out, but first we need to hydrate. And since Lila's on my lap, I guess I'll just break my back. Make sure you drink your water. It's hydration station. Cheers. Did you drink your water, boo-boo? This is bizarre behavior, Lila. You just love me extra today? I will take it. You guys, I'm walking home from Dollarama and I think a storm is brewing. It is so windy all of a sudden. And I just want to eat my damn cream egg, okay? All I want to do is eat my cream egg. But it's too windy. All right, so the final update was September 24th, 2020, 4.5 years later. My fiance broke off our engagement when his high school girlfriend moved back to our city, as you guys know. They quickly got engaged, married, and had a baby before it had even been a year. Wow, isn't that ironic? I was so blindsided and hurt, I don't think I ever really got over my ex, which is why I'm making this post to get some outside insight. My ex reached out to me, a few days ago to catch up. He claimed he regretted breaking up with me 2 months after he did, but because his ex-wife was pregnant at the time, he felt he owed it to his son to try and make it work. He said their relationship quickly fell apart when he realized his ex wasn't looking for a life partner, but someone to financially support her. He said the financial issues are what finally led to their divorce. They've been divorced for 6 months and they have 2 children together. According to him, his ex regularly tries to get back together with him, but he doesn't want her. He ended up asking me if I was willing to give him a second chance. I could throw up. In some ways, my ex has become my one that got away. Babe, he ain't the one that got away. Honey, he left. Got away. He literally did you a favor by walking out the door. And I probably would have jumped at the chance to get back with him a few months ago. Oh, honey, I feel like maybe we need to know our self-worth here. Or maybe you guys disagree with me and you're like, no, that's forgivable. You know what? I'm open to perspectives. Everyone's different. However, I have recently been talking to this guy, and while we aren't official or anything, we did go on a date 2 weeks ago, which went really well. I feel like it could progress into something good, and I don't know if my ex is worth losing it over. I would appreciate any advice on what to do in this situation. And girl, that's the last update, which means I don't know if you ever went back to him. Oh, maybe she did, and that's why she didn't want to post. Holy Hannah. What do you guys think? Do you think that's forgivable and she should go back to him? Couldn't be me, okay? Let me know your thoughts though. Stay classy out there, stay sassy. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.